the power button twice for it to turn on.
Hold on. Jason, do
Yes.
me a favor.
Yes.
Just look at the screen and just say something.
1.
You're lagging. Whoa! Hey, everybody. Jared's back.
Hey,
As you all
Jared's
know.
back.
Hey guys, this is Wild Ride.
Jared's finally back from the multiverse. As you know, we are JCub3d. I'm this week's host, John.
I'm Jason.
I'm Jared, back from the multiverse.
Back from the multiverse, finally, at last. How was it out there, buddy? You all right?
Dude, it's a crazy place. It makes you, the multiverse and all these
This is.
endless, worlds, makes you question what you thought you knew. I ran into so many different variations of myself.
Which one did you hate the most?
Which one did I hate the most?
Yeah.
So, do you remember when we were in high school? Sorry, John, you weren't there. Remember when we were in high school and we ever said that if good old Chomp Chomp became a zombie, the whole world was screwed?
Oh, no.
I saw
Really?
it.
You saw him?
I saw Zombie Jared. It was
that's not a good one. That's
it was not a
definitely
good
not
one. The girl, that world, it was not a good place.
Were you the only one left? Was it just you?
Yeah, I got out of I hightailed it out of that. I got in a portal and I zipped.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm not glad there's a universe with Chomp Chomp, because that is not a world I want to be in.
No, me neither.
But yeah, man, that sounds like an interesting trip.
Oh, it was. When I was traveling back and you're just like going through the multiverse and you just see all these like worlds opening up, and there was one and it was like, it looked like the old UC back in Corpus, and I like looked real quick and there was like Jason rappelling down, but he got stuck and he's like, hey guys, wait, listen. But I just kept going and I didn't really get to see what he wanted.
bringing back an inside joke from from a very long
10,
time ago, 12 years ago. Damn.
Ago. Yeah, so that happened too, Jason.
That got John good. That was such a stupid joke. How did that come to be? Before we go into anything else, like for everyone else minus us three,
I had three ideas that have come up every now and then. One was the chain-smoking raccoon in the laundry area. Yeah, it was just begging for
in our
change
complex,
and like extra
in
cigarettes.
the apartment complex. Yep.
The second, we were gonna make a video. I had a banana suit, and we were gonna make a video of like a banana going to college and making himself into something. He was gonna go to Wall Street.
I don't remember that one, but that sounds amazing.
I do remember that one.
I don't remember that one.
I remember the banana suit.
And the third one, I don't know what you were so riled up about, but you had to get it out to the people. So you made like this impromptu duct tape swimsuit / like whatever you could find suit, put it on together, and you just started sprinting to the UC, like where everybody congregated. And you had made like this rappel rope out of like old used fish line and whatever you could find. You were like, the music's playing and Jason's like, I gotta tell the people, but it malfunctions and he like, boing,
oh goodness,
gets caught up like 30 feet off the ground.
Yeah, I don't remember where it came from. I just remember us always going, guys, hey, listen, guys.
Listen. And everybody's just kind of going on, not paying attention, oblivious to it all.
Anybody. Don't run. Why do you run?
Dang, that's a callback, dude. That is a callback. Wow, I haven't thought of that really specific inside joke in a very long time.
That
You're
will be
welcome.
the next animation.
Brought to you by the multiverse.
Well,
Thanks,
Jared,
multiverse.
thank you, multiverse. You stay awesome. Ding. No, well, Jared, I am glad you're back from the multiverse. We missed you last week.
I missed you guys too.
Right on. So, I guess this is a good segue into the what you up to section. Jared, I'm assuming you're a little bit out of breath, so we'll start with Jason. Jason, what you been up to since our last episode?
What I've been up to since our last episode? Well, still playing Elden Ring. I think I'm about 2/3 of the way done. I'm, beat the last major side boss thing. I don't know. I'm about to go up against the final boss, and then apparently there's stuff after that I can go in and do. So got about 90 hours into that game at this point. Otherwise, I've been kind of on a Godzilla kick recently. I was texting John. I texted you this yesterday, but yesterday I was watching the Godzilla movie Shin Godzilla, which was the most, minus the like Godzilla vs. Kong, Godzilla Destroy, or whatever the second one was, Destroy All Monsters. No, not Destroy. Godzilla King of the Monsters. Is that the second newer one? Anyway, this is kind of a throwback to the old school kind of Godzilla from like the 1950s. It's kind of essentially a sequel to that original 1954 movie. Reason why I was watching that is this past week, I've been watching the Godzilla Singular Point anime that is on Netflix. Not the Godzilla 3, 1, 2, and 3 movies that are on Netflix, but the series anime. And it has really heavy Shin vibes. The story itself is bonkers. It makes no sense, and just a bunch of, sci-fi words. It's really stupid, but I like it because it's quintessential Godzilla tropes, I guess. I think that's the best way to kind of put it. But I've been watching that over the last week, and my birthday was this past week as well. And my partner,
happy belated birthday.
I didn't mean that for y'all to say happy birthday. Y'all already did all of that, on my actual birthday.
I was first.
Technically, I'm pretty sure Amy.
Okay, I was first out of our group.
Okay, yes, out of our group. But my partner, they got me a book called The 9 Old Men, and let me snag it for y'all real quick. This book here,
back.
The 9 Old Men. It is basically Walt Disney's original troupe, I guess you can say, or what I'm going to call it, of animators that helped, kind of pave the way for Disney animation. And what I'm going to assume, animation kind of in general, it is their techniques, kind of their outlook on how they animate, and I'm super stoked about getting into the actual book, but I just started reading this one earlier this afternoon. So I'm going to dive into that. I've been working on our JCub logo. I think I have a design that I'm actually enjoying, and I think fits a lot better than what I originally sent to y'all. So I'm working on that, and then speaking with a friend who's doing some really dope stuff right now, and has kind of gotten me into, and with John yourself, has gotten me into more of a creative kind of mindset again. So I'm, wanting to start creating, making videos and stuff. So I've been thinking about how to do that and, get back into my Twitch streaming. So just kind of been on a creative Godzilla Elden Ring stint the last week or so.
That's awesome, man. Right on.
Yeah, nice.
Thank
How about you, Jared?
Well, aside from traveling / saving the multiverse, I've been adulting way too much.
Hey, man, that's life.
It is life.
We're all adults here.
It's one of those periods, but it's just been way too much. Work schedule's been crazy lately. Been kind of renovating the house, replaced the floor downstairs. We got a new couch. Been painting and doing all sorts of things. Haven't been doing as much fun stuff as I've wanted. Haven't really read anything lately. I wouldn't mind finding a good comic line to jump back into, though, so I need to find something. I do believe that the final part, I don't remember if it's part 4 or 5, but the final part of The Last Ronin, I had told y'all a couple weeks ago I was reading that one. I believe that comes out next week, so I definitely want to jump on that when it comes out. TV, haven't really had a chance to watch too much lately other than just when I'm watching TV with my wife. I have a whole backlog of shows that I want to watch, get into. I want to watch Moon Knight, haven't started that. I want to watch the Halo show, even though I've heard mixed things. I've heard some not good things, and I've heard if you can just kind of appreciate it for what it is, then it's kind of its own story outside of the video games. It's actually
we do
a
lot
good
of
show.
that, appreciating what it is.
Exactly, I think so.
Yeah.
So, I know Batman's on HBO Max. I still need to find time to watch that. I want to watch The Witcher season 2. There's just a whole lot of stuff I want to watch, and it's just trying to find the time to do it. Haven't gotten a game too much lately either. I think there was a question. I'm gonna circle back to that.
No, I just wanted to, when you're done, I wanted to say something else real quick that I forgot to mention, but I'll let you finish.
Ooh.
I'll let you jump back in a minute. Yeah. Video game wise, I haven't been playing a whole lot lately, although we had a text conversation, about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and John was like, what is that game or games you kind of always find yourself coming back to?
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, and for me, it's Call of Duty, Halo, although those kind of have their own games that consistently come out. I always come back to those shooters, but a big one that is the same game that I always end up coming back to at some point in my life is World of Warcraft. And
Are you back on the train?
Wow. I resubbed.
No. Did you really?
It's just something that I can do. I can play for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes at night. I knock out a quest or two. It's not something that really needs a lot of time for me, but it's something that I can just kind of jump into when the time arises. So I did play. Blizzard announced the next expansion. They had a live reveal. It was Thursday or Friday, I don't remember, but they announced their next expansion and how they're also going to come out with, because if you don't know, obviously there's World of Warcraft, but then they released World of Warcraft Classic a couple years ago, which was the vanilla original game, and then they did Burning Crusade Classic. So you get to go back and play the old games in the old style with the old rules and all that. And they announced that they're going to come out with Wrath of the Lich King Classic. Wrath of the Lich King was probably my favorite expansion out of all of the World of Warcraft ones, so I'm definitely excited about that. So, I mean, it's definitely no 90 hours. I mean, I've probably played about 3 or 4 hours over the past couple weeks, but it's just something that I've been jumping back into when the time arises.
Nice.
Yeah,
And
but that's it for me.
So, what I also forgot to mention on my What You Up To is on Monday before my birthday, I took my dad to go see the film Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I remember you talking about that, yeah.
And I'm not gonna, if y'all are able to go see it, I recommend y'all go see it. This might be one of my top 10 movies I've seen. This might be on my top 10 list. It is bonkers.
It's a bold statement right there.
It is funny. It is emotional. There's not gravitas. There's weight behind the scenes. It is such a fantastic film. It is shot beautifully. There's incredible action. There were scenes that I was laughing so hard, I was kind of hunched over in the chair. Luckily, there wasn't anyone in the chair to the left of me, but I was laughing so much that I was leaning almost into the chair, and my stomach was hurting so much from laughing at certain scenes. It is such a great film. I highly recommend this movie if you're able to. It's from directors called Daniel Kwan and Daniel Schneebert, or I might be butchering his last name, but the other official movie like they did was Swiss Army Man with Paul Dano and Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah,
so
I love that film.
So it's that type of humor. And Jared, if you've never seen that movie, did you ever see the Turn Down for What music video?
Yeah.
They directed that music video as well.
Okay.
So I highly recommend it if y'all are able to go see it. If you do go see it, don't go in as blind as you can and just experience it. This is a movie that you need to experience. Oh man, I can't. This is a movie that after the movie ended, my dad was like, I really, really like that movie. And he doesn't do that very often because, I like watching indie films. I like kind of watching the weirder out there movies, as y'all know. And I was kind of, I wanted to see this. So I was like, hey, Dad, I'm off of work. You want to go see this movie with me? Fair warning, it's an indie film, but it's supposed to be really good. I was like, yeah, sure, that's fine. And yeah, definitely go see it if y'all can.
Right on, man.
Nice. Appreciate the recommendation.
Yeah,
John?
it's on my list. It's just a matter of time to get into
Yeah,
the
no,
theater.
it's
Time and money, man.
yeah. John, what you been up to?
Well, sorry, had to clear my throat.
Oh, I
I
thought
guess
that
it's
was like
kind
a
of
serious, like, well,
Yeah,
let me
that
let me
was
tell
a
you,
grand setup right there.
that was like
tonight's conversation.
that was like a grandpa's about to tell you a really interesting story type of kind of clearing of a throat.
It is kind of one of those things, actually. And if I haven't mentioned it yet, but tonight we're kind of just doing our own thing once again, as we do on JCubed. And if you're just tuning in now, this is JCubed, episode 6, 7,
7?
one of the two.
Less than 100. I know that
Less
Less
for
than
sure.
100, and we thank you for joining us.
Less
But
than
tonight
100,
we
more
didn't-
than 5.
Yes.
We're on our way.
Take a pick. Take a pick somewhere in that range. You might be right. You'll probably be wrong.
Right? But yeah, we didn't really have a set topic tonight, but one of the things that I had mentioned with the guys was bringing up flow state whenever you're in doing your work or something passionate that you're doing, something that you're passionate about. And to weave into the what you up to segment, I've been doing a lot of artwork. I've been pulling up some late nighters. If you've been watching my Instagram or TikTok or what have you, I got a 5-foot by 4-foot canvas.
Oh, I didn't know it was that big. Wow.
It's big. It's big. And the opportunity was there, and like I have an idea. I'm just gonna go with it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be the biggest thing I've ever drawn with an ink pen, one pen. And I've been putting some time into it, and I've been on the digital platform for a good while. It was a lot easier to work with when I had my back injury, and it's so easy to take around with you. I mean, you got your iPad or tablet or whatever program you have, you can draw on it anywhere you want, but I haven't really done a whole lot of traditional work in a long time, and I used to do that all the time. So getting back into the temporary subject of flow state, at one moment it's 8:30 a.m. The next moment it's 6 a.m. Now, when you're doing these overly complicated sketches or ink drawings, I haven't sketched anything out there. This is all just coming from the head. It's in my head. I just want to put it on the canvas how I see it. Now, it all starts, you've got to have an idea in your head and you're putting it on there, but I put on the right music and I get the right flow going, and before you know it, there's different music playing in your head sometimes. It's like you're floating, and before you know it, time just zips right by. I don't know how to code. I don't know how architecture works, but if there is anybody out there that experiences flow state, I'd really love to know about it, what your experiences are. With me, again, it's like you're floating, you get tunnel vision. I want to compare it to like a runner's high. You just have this flow and you just stay with it. And I don't know if any of you guys have ever experienced it, like Jared, when you're like just destroying people on Call of Duty or Halo, like do you ever get this rhythm like, oh my god, I'm untouchable, no one can stop me, I know every button, every move, I know every corner. Like let me get your opinion if you've ever experienced anything like that before.
Yeah, I think it's a different feeling for me. I don't run. I hate running, so I don't know what a runner's high feels like. It's definitely to me it's not like it's not like a floating type of feeling or anything, but it's definitely, I think the way to describe it that most people would have an understanding for is I'm just in the zone. It's just like I'm in the zone, and I do have those nights. Doesn't happen a lot anymore. I'm getting old, I'm getting slower in the games, but sometimes, yeah, there's just those nights, and it's just, I can't miss a shot. I can't die. Everything.
You're on your A game.
I am on fire. I don't know what it is. And then the next time I play, how do I get that back? How do I get that back? Bring it back. But I do experience that. It's a completely different feeling for me. But I have a general understanding of like the mindset that you're explaining.
Right on. How about you, Jason?
I've experienced it a few different times. Not many. It's the first time I felt like the first time I really got that that click, that inspiration just hit, and I just had to go dive into it. I just ran with it. was back in college at UTSA. This was kind of later in, I guess, 2010, 2011-ish. Back when, I was writing a lot more than what I am now, which is 0. So I was in between classes, and at that time, I think I had like a 5-hour gap between my morning class and then my next afternoon class. But I didn't want to go back home because UTSA parking, at least at that time, was absolutely terrible. Like if I didn't get there at 8 o'clock in the morning, I wouldn't be able to find any parking spots unless I wanted to walk across 1604 or, walk like a mile or something or whatever it was. So I'd get there super early in the morning, go to my class, and then I had just had this gap in time where I would just hang out in our library. And one of those times, and Jared, you might remember this. This is when I wrote our zombie movie. Do you remember kind of, what we were talking about back then, how you were a zombie? This was going to be on Tony's Ranch. We had Wes, Gus, and everyone was part of it. You were a zombie at the end of it.
Didn't we have... Wasn't there... I vaguely remember this, and wasn't there like some musical scenes? Or didn't it end with My Chemical Romance?
To Dead. It was a zombie musical to MCR's Dead, where you save everyone, but you end up, getting a zombified at the end, and the entire thing was going to end with us driving away down that dirt road right outside Tony's Ranch area, and then just a hand coming up with just like blood just slowly trickling down the fingers. Well, all of that came to my mind while I was sitting in the library just waiting for, killing time. And when it hit me, like I got a rush of adrenaline, like, oh man, I gotta, and I just started writing stuff down. I think I wrote, at the time it was long, but again, this was just off the top of my head, about 8 to 10 pages of script that just had from start to end everything that I wanted to eventually film. And I just remember, as soon as I started writing and my heart started being a little bit faster, I was like, oh, okay, I see what I wanted. I see where this is going. I am visually, I know everything that I want in my head. I'm writing everything down as I see it, and it's, I have all these shots planned out. I have everything timed out to to this music, to Dead. And it was just like the humor back then. We're just remember the early mid 2000s humor where just random stuff would happen, and that was kind of funny. John, what was that face? But yeah, stuff
I just
like
think
that.
Family Guy in that episode of South Park where they have the manatees like drawing all the episodes through
yeah, but yeah, that was the first time I felt that kind of inspiration hit. And I was like, oh wow, this is something like I'm super happy about how this is turning out. Unfortunately, I somehow lost that 10-page script that I had. So that right. That was lost to the sands of time. Then the most recent ones was back during my furlough days before my current job. I was, for everyone who doesn't, or for everyone who wants to know, when the pandemic initially happened, I was working for a nonprofit. Everything was cool. And at one point, they told us, hey, y'all are being furloughed for X amount of time, 4 hours a day. That's all you get, or 4 hours. Yeah, 4 hours a day, 20 hours a week. That's your schedule. Here you go. So I had a bunch of time to kill. And, at that time, I feel like I was pretty anxious. I was maybe a little depressed about stuff. Who really knows? But me and my partner, at that time, since I was looking for other jobs, I wanted to, find a job in what I enjoy doing, which is editing. So I started making some videos, and I really haven't shown John. I think you're the only person who's seen these videos besides my partner. But there are 2 videos I made, one about the Macarena and one about Lord of the Rings. And making those videos, the first one I made was a Sunday by myself. It was the Lord of the Rings video. And again, I'm not going to show these to anyone because one, there's copyrighted music in there. And two, I don't want to get our YouTube channel copywritten and have a strike so we can't upload these podcasts. But that first video, again, inspiration just hit. Like I had this thought in my head yes, Bilbo, I see you. But I had the inspiration, and I knew exactly how I wanted, my first shot, how I wanted it, what I wanted to do, where I wanted to, what the story was. And I just knocked out maybe a 3 to 10 minute, I don't remember 5-minute video. I knocked it out in an entire Sunday evening from like the time my partner went to sleep till maybe about 9 or 10 that night. I just zonked out when it came to, actually what was going on. I was just, getting, filming and getting all the stuff for it. And that time flew by so quickly. And then the one that my partner helped me film was the Macarena video. That was also like, oh, what if we were just bouncing back off, ideas with each other, and oh, what if we did this, or what if I did this? What if you came in from the outside and make it look like I'm running away from the camera, and just real silly stuff like that. But that was the more recent times that kind of inspiration has. Like that was long-winded, and I apologize, but
man.
Those are the 3 times I can really think of that make a that flow state kind of happen. And what I can probably do is in the edit, if I'm up to it, I might just throw in the videos of what I've been talking about without the audio, because again, there's Lord of the Rings songs in there, and we got the Macarena in there. I don't want to get that. But yeah.
Another reason why I wanted to bring up flow state or being in the zone. Jared, I know you're being overworked. Jason, I know all of us have been overworked and stressed, and for me recently, anxiety has been like a huge thing. For reasons I'll just keep to ourselves, which y'all probably already know. But anyway, anxiety has been really high, and I think it's, especially in times like these, people still having to deal with a lot of issues with the pandemic. Mm-hmm. It's important to have you time. It's important to be in your zone. It's important to have your flow state in order to remember, like, hey, you're more than just what you need to do to pay the rent. If you can do what you love and pay the rent, great. But a lot of people don't. And they're bogged down with all the issues of everything going on, their own stresses, their own things at home, what have you, heartbreak, again, what have you. And it's important to remember to find yourself, to do the things you love to do. Even if you can't do them all the time, do them when you can. Those feelings make you feel so alive, when it could be the simplest thing at all. I hope everybody gets a chance. You may feel it when you're watching JCubed episodes. I hope every one of you feels flow state when you watch JCubed.
I don't know what that flow state would be, but if you are, that's pretty dope, and let us know.
We support you. I will give you some artwork for that. There's your giveaway for this episode. Yeah, I think it's just important for everybody to be themselves and do what they love to do, and hopefully find that energy back whenever you get through that kind of thing.
For sure. No, I totally agree with that.
Yeah, just because we can't always find the time, but when you can find the time, just do something that brings you joy. Even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes a day. You don't want to go through life. You don't want to have days where you're just not joyful at all. So definitely find those things that bring you happiness and take advantage of them when you can.
Absolutely. That is, if you want to de-stress in any way, just kind of block out the world, doing something that you enjoy doing I think is, at least for me, it's a way that I find peace after like a stressful day, or, back then, when I was worried about finding my next job, we had just bought this house, I got into Legos again. And, now when I build Legos, that is just like a Zen time where I'm only focusing on one thing. I'm being tactile as well. And it's just, it's just something, like that, something you enjoy to keep your mind off everything that's going on in the world is, way better than an actual massage.
Heck yeah, and it just gives you an opportunity to just turn everything off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gives
Man, there.
you a break because mental health, it's important.
Oh, for sure.
You need to find the things that help you take care of that.
Yep.
This has been your moment of clarity on JCubed.
We hope you enjoy. Hey. Joy.
Now,
Back to normal. Back to not so real.
Back to the debauchery and shenanigans.
No, we don't do
here's
debauchery
what grinds
shenanigans.
my gears.
Oh, Jared, me and John made this roll up last week. We have because somehow we always end up talking about these. We have a try not to talk about roll. I guess the main one is Star Wars. Try not to talk about Star Wars if we can help it. And Game of Thrones. And what else? Was that it?
No, I'm sure there's a few more.
Those are the two that...
But we're not talking about them.
We're not talking about Star Wars or Game of Thrones. Although I haven't played the Lego Star Wars. Very fun.
That is what... Man, I haven't bought it. I haven't played it. But when it came out, I saw all these videos of people playing the Skywalker Saga.
Dude.
And it looked like so much fun. And I really have been wanting to jump into that. I'm not going to lie.
It is. We're not talking about Star Wars, but Star Wars Legos, the Skywalker Saga is effing fantastic. I love it. Yeah. It is such a big game. I'm already on episode 2, Attack of the Clones. They make fun of Jar Jar. Again, not talking about Star Wars.
We're not talking about Jar Jar. I know that.
But yeah, I love the Lego games, as y'all might know. I think I mentioned this on the podcast before. But yeah, if you are able to, Jared, I would definitely recommend getting it at some point. It is a huge game.
So
yeah.
you just twist my arm.
Jeez.
But we're not talking about Star Wars.
We're not talking about Star Wars.
Not talking
no more
Star Wars. Maybe a little bit of Jar Jar, even though we shouldn't. But we're not. We all know he's a Sith Lord. We're not talking about Jar Jar.
Yeah. First rule of Fight Club, don't talk about it.
We're not talking about that. Okay, another topic that I wanted to hit on.
Mm-hmm.
How many of us have seen the Thor trailer? We're all accounted for.
Well, you're not raising your hand,
yeah,
so I didn't know if you had.
Well, Bilbo over here is raising them for me. I mean, he's.
I mean, I see him with a sword. I don't see if that.
He's raising his.
You got to raise his hand.
There we go. Now he's got the ring up as well.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, ooh. Where did you get
it.
that Lego? Is that from a set?
Oh, God. We got that at I can't remember the name now. Bricks and Minifigs. On the north side of town.
San Antonio, Austin.
San Antonio. Yeah. Damn. I don't remember why we were there, but I saw Bilbo here with the ring, and I was like, I gotta have it. I gotta have it. I got to have it, man.
I was about to say I have a Han Solo from Solo, but that's Star Wars, so we're not talking about Star Wars today.
We're not talking about that. No. Okay, opinions of the Thor trailer. What we got? Started with Jason last time. Jared, how you feeling? What you thinking about this Love and Thunder business?
I mean, how I don't see how you can feel anything other than excited about it. It just seems fun. Super excited about Doctor Strange, right? But then you're coming in with Love and Thunder, which just seems like has a completely different feel to it. It just seems fun. And I mean, when Jane came in and the hammer, and I was psyched, honestly. I'm excited. I'm pumped up for it. I really am.
And for those who don't know, we're all doing a salt and bread fast up until the premiere of the movie.
What, we are?
Need to all be like jacked. You're not? No, I'm kidding.
You should have told me this before we started the podcast. I had tacos and then breaded chicken for lunch today, dude. Come on, you got to let me know.
And then breaded bread later on.
I had fried bread earlier. What the heck? With only salt and pepper on it.
I'm so hungry.
I'm so thirsty.
Okay, well, John and I are going to go on the salt and bread fast, and Jason's just not going to cut his hair.
Dude, Yeah, I'm not.
You gotta keep it long.
I'm gonna keep it long until Love and Thunder comes out.
And then you can take my hammer up to the premiere there. Cool little keychain I got. Mjolnir.
That is actually pretty cool.
I mean, you just picked that up with such ease.
Yeah, you're the one.
I'm amazed.
Some of us are worthy. What can I say?
You are worthy. I was about to say.
Jason, how you feeling?
Oh man, when the trailer came out, I had no idea it was like that teaser was dropping. I guess we'll kind of dive into the actual, kind of the trailer itself if y'all want to. But just off initial reactions, dude, when Sweet Child of Mine, like as soon as I heard, I was like, oh, is this what I think it is? And then just bam, 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 bam. Oh man, I am so stoked for this movie. Thor Ragnarok is probably one of my favorite Marvel movies, right behind Guardians of the Galaxy 1. Taika Waititi is a fantastic director. I love his sense of humor. This looks like it's going to have that sense of style or that sense of humor in it still. Seeing kind of the old school looking Thor, the Thor costume while he was running through the woods, that was pretty cool. Seeing, was it Krag? Is that his name, Krag? Korg. Excuse me, Korg. Again, I think that's going to be fantastic.
I didn't see Meek, though.
Oh, I didn't.
Meek.
That was the bladed insect, right?
Yeah. Spoilers.
Oh gosh, I don't know. I'm really looking forward to this movie. I think they are doing and the MCU is doing with their movies, and not having it tied down to a specific kind of, oh gosh, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Having it where every director that they get has their own style, and they don't suppress that style, and I think does wonders for MCU. Again,
each movie has its own feel to it.
Yeah, and it's such a cool way to do a series or a franchise, not have it, a singular tone all the way across, but have everyone has something unique that has been brought to the films. Like James Gunn, he was the first one to bring in the kind of, the kick-ass soundtrack, the oldies style, modern, earth music. I don't know what that kind of if that is a correct word, but to the films. Then Taika bringing that kind of quirky sense of humor to Thor Ragnarok, and that being like one of, I think, the MCU's bigger, hits, minus like Avengers or Endgame or anything like that. Just having them be able to have their own style and have that shine through, and still have a core story that is still, holistically part. Is that the right word? Anyway,
go with it. Just go.
I'm just gonna go with it. I'm in a flow. I'm in the zone. I'm in the zone, y'all. No, not really.
Flow state right now.
But no. Seriously though, like MCU has done such fantastic things with their films. I think DC is slowly finding their footing in that sense as well. Star Wars, never mind. Almost went there, didn't. But I almost said it again. But yeah, no, I really think what Kevin Feige is doing with MCU, and just allowing the directors to, put themselves into, and what I mean by that, like their style, their sense of humor, their kind of, what makes them as directors, great directors, really shines. And that is what I'm really looking forward to with Love and Thunder. I'm just looking forward to Chris Hemsworth being like the cool. I was, Thor 2 came out pretty lukewarm on both of them. Thor 1 wasn't bad. It was pretty good. Thor 2 was pretty meh.
Yeah, the Dark World, I think, kind of ranks down there for a lot of people.
It's probably one of my least favorite Marvel movies. And then when Thor Ragnarok came out, I really wanted to see it because, I knew Taika was directing it, and my partner was like, I really want to go see this. I was like, I don't know. I really didn't like the first, I didn't really like them as a series, but having Chris Hemsworth be a comedic actor in that, and just the timing and everything he did in that, I was like, wow, I can't wait to see the next one, and I cannot wait to see this one. I love everything. The aesthetics of this movie is going to be so good, and then do that 80s kind of font at the very end. Oh, so good.
Yeah.
They hit it so well with the design of that. I mean,
oh my god.
What more do you at? The only thing better was if the Thundercats hit a bolt of lightning that came out of nowhere. And then you hear Thor, yeah.
And the fact that we're getting the Guardians somewhat maybe in a Thor movie too.
The Asgardians of the galaxy.
The Asgardians.
I think it's going to be a super fun movie, and I really cannot wait.
I like this whole Saturday morning cartoon vibe that both Ragnarok and this one are giving off. Although I think that at the end of Love and Thunder, it may have a bit of a darker tone, given what happened in Eternals. I don't know why. I'm just kind of thinking that, and with the multiverse happening, I feel like things are going to start getting heavy reverb again near the ends of the movies. Oh, something's happening. So we need.
You think, Jared?
I kind of get that vibe.
Yeah.
That, and with I forget the name of the character, but he's the God Killer that's coming into the Love and Thunder movie.
Oh, I have no idea.
I get the feeling that something's going to happen. Something big. Go ahead, Jared.
Oh, I didn't have anything. Although I think I am excited to see them bring in, because they're bringing in, obviously we know that Thor is, he's a god, but there's different gods in mythology and all that, and they're bringing in Zeus, and is it Zeus or Hercules? It's Zeus,
Zeus.
right?
Zeus.
Yeah.
And we don't know if we're going to see any other type of the Greek gods and any of those that are in the Marvel, comics universe. So we're bringing in some new heavy hitters. There's a lot of potential there, I think.
Yeah. No, I'm looking. I think Russell Crowe is playing Zeus too.
Is he?
I think so.
I think so.
So that's going to be pretty cool. I hope they get Matt Damon to play Loki somehow again. No, was it Loki or Thor? Did he play Thor in Thor Ragnarok?
I think it was Loki.
Was he Loki?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And then Sam Neill was Odin.
Sam Neill was
Odin. I forgot
Odin.
who played Thor.
Who played Thor? Yeah, it was another big actor too. But I hope they do something like that again in this one, because that was fantastic. That was such a good little Taika thing that just worked.
It's pretty epic. That I'm hoping I don't think they'll do it because Loki's its own series on Disney Plus. But then again, WandaVision was, but they referenced WandaVision in the trailer for the Multiverse of Madness. I don't know. I kind of hope Loki will make a very, very, very tiny cameo. All you hear is the echo of his voice.
What?
Thor.
We've all seen the TV show Loki, right?
Mm-hmm.
But how could Loki be in here? Because he died in beginning of Endgame, right?
And that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering what the time frame is between this and, because we had Loki, WandaVision, this whole just Spider-Man, this whole multiverse thing is happening. And we're obviously getting deeper into that in Doctor Strange. But I wonder what the timeline is with Thor in regard to this, because obviously Wanda's going to be in the Doctor Strange movie. Mm-hmm. Is Loki and Sylvie going to be there as well? We don't know, but
maybe Sylvie's the one who remains now.
Spoilers for Loki, by the way, kind of.
but like you were referencing, Jason, Loki's dead.
Yeah, he's dead in
the MCU timeline, as far as Thor knows. But with this multiverse opening, are they gonna open up that door? And what kind of... Because Thor had a obviously very difficult time with Loki's death, even after everything.
Yeah. He
had a very difficult time with Loki's death. And
do you think...
What kind of effect would that have on him if...
I think...
all of a sudden, oh, hey, here's Loki.
Oh, man.
That's deep. That's a
I
deep
think
question, Jared.
if they do bring Loki, of course it's going to have to be the Loki variant from the Loki TV series, which in that case he is a changed Loki, right? So would that mean? Oh, geez, that'd be really like impactful if Thor sees Loki again, and this isn't the Loki from MCU, but this is the Loki that has changed his ways and like realize that he can be a good person. Ooh, I bet, you know what? I'm going to call it, I'm not going to say it. That is going to be the end, the post-credits, the very end post-credit scene, like after all of the credits roll. That is going to be, I bet that's going to be
something.
In there.
You're just going to hear him like say like "Hello, brother" or something.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
No. It's going to be Owen Wilson. And he's going to be like, wow, great work, man.
Oh, man. Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Owen
dang.
Wilson, the first post-credit scene. Loki, the very last credit scene. You heard it here on JCubed first.
Yes.
Boom, subscribe.
Oh, man, that just...
Wow. I want to know.
Yeah, no, that... I bet if they do something like that... Because Loki is a fan favorite, right? I mean, I think Loki is...
Oh, yeah.
Is like the...
Always, yeah, from the original, I think he's always been a fan favorite.
And then I think his show is like the highest gross. I actually don't know about that because they're all on Disney Plus. But I feel like Loki
numbers. We're not pros.
Was like a step above the other MCU shows that are on Disney Plus at the moment right now. Like I think in quality and just overall like user reception, yeah. So that would be really, really cool. I mean, I bet they're keeping tight lips on that kind of reveal, but I bet something like that is going to happen. It has to, right?
I hope so. That or... Who's not caught up on Moon Knight?
I have not watched any
Moon Knight
of
at
it.
all.
I won't say anything.
Please don't.
I have heard that Moon Knight is very...
I hear it's divisive.
Separated.
Yeah.
I've heard it's very separated from the MCU, though. Is that true? Or is there more tie-ins than I think?
I think it's one of those things where you have to watch it all the way up to the end of the season, and then it starts to be like, oh, that's what they're doing. Gotcha, but they're not at the end of the series yet, so yeah. I might be wrong, I might be right. But I kind of think it's going in that direction.
I really like Oscar Isaac, and I want to see it. I just haven't felt like I have free time. It was like, maybe not. The last couple MCU shows I've watched, the Marvels, and then what was it? Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier were just kind of meh for me. So I've kind of been like, they started off strong and they kind of tapered for myself.
I'm not gonna lie, I've loved every single one. And we talked about it back when, and I don't know if y'all ever watched it. Like, the one that I was least excited for was Hawkeye. I thought Hawkeye was fantastic. I absolutely loved the Hawkeye series. I thought it was great.
I need to
watch
that.
The whole Broadway thing was amazing.
Oh, it was, yeah, the whole...
No, I haven't heard.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I don't think I gave anything away, honestly.
No, he didn't give anything away.
Okay.
In the show, they do a Broadway show of the attack on New York, and Hawkeye's just sitting there in the audience, so annoyed by it.
Oh, really?
It's just
that
hilarious.
Sounds funny.
Yes.
No, I forgot.
No, Hawkeye was great. I think that big reveal on Hawkeye was one of my favorite. No spoilers. I think it's great. Kind of going back to one of my questions from earlier, and I'm still trying to figure out, and I don't know if we're going to know till we watch these, like, what chronologically, how are all of these happening? Because obviously we have a sense maybe of the multiverse at the end of WandaVision, her reading the Darkhold book, I think. She's starting to hear the voices of her kids. We really see it start to split at the end of Loki, and we start seeing the effects of that
in No Way Home.
and Spider-Man, right?
Spoilers
and then
for
we're gonna
Spider-Man
see it. We're gonna see it more
in
in
Multiverse.
Doctor Strange, right? So all of these things are really almost happening at the same time. Is Thor going to be happening in that same? Because based on just what we've seen from the trailers, there's no reference to the multiverse. But if it is, then it really does, I think, open up that door for some sort of Loki
I think
reveal.
if it does eventually cross over, that's not going to happen till towards the end of the movie itself. Because with Thor Ragnarok, that was kind of
Yes,
its
definitely.
own little bubble story about was it Hera? Was that her name? Whoever
Hela.
came.
Hella.
Hela. There you go. So yeah, I think if we do see that, that will happen because it's how Marvel does stuff. They layer everything from something previously to
Layer cake.
future IPs. I think it's going to happen, but it's not going to happen till somewhat towards the end.
Especially if the
Secret
movie's
Wars.
not,
Of the movie,
especially
yeah.
if the movie's not taking place on Earth entirely.
Yeah, it's all
Wars.
it can't. I think it's Asgard and Valhalla,
Wherever the
I
Greek
feel like-
gods are at, wherever
which
Zeus
would
and
be
all that is at.
which I think is Valhalla, right? At least in
Or
Viking
Olympus.
or Olympus. Yeah, I'm not
Olympus
sure.
is where the Greek gods are, but I don't know where that happens as far as where
Wasn't Thor though?
because
Norse?
Asgard was on a whole different
Yeah.
dimension from Earth, and if Olympus or wherever it's at, it's the same thing. There could be this whole multiverse thing happening on Earth, but they're separated from that.
So it
That
might
and
be.
a lot of the weapons that they reference in Doctor Strange, like in the first one, are all weapons of the gods. Everything that they're mentioning is a god in the Marvel universe. So, and that
Because I think
and then-
Hades, or I think Ares supposed to be in this too? Did I read that?
I'd have to look
Because I
on
think
that.
there's going to be more than just Zeus. I think there's going to be more Greek gods, which are also gods that have been referenced in Marvel.
No spoilers, but
I don't know
will
for sure.
also-
I haven't.
I will also say, because I don't want to say too much about Moon Knight, but something also just clicked in my head was that before Thanos, did the squeeze on Loki uttered out, "You will never be a god." So I think these trends that we're going with, we're gonna get something big with all the creators and the sub-creators and the Eternals and Galactus, hopefully.
Jared, did you ever see the Eternals?
I still haven't seen that one yet. I do need to see
It's
it.
not a. It's not.
I just want to see it just because obviously
It's not my
there's
favorite.
going to be tie-ins to everything.
Yeah, but they do some really cool visuals with how bigger beings look within the MCU. So yeah, I think Eternals is going to play more in maybe Thor because that's more celestial stuff, but who knows? I think Marvel is going in a very interesting direction for their this phase 4, right? So I'm really excited to see
Yeah.
where this goes from here. So yeah.
We all are, man.
And I know that John is kind of bringing up the topics, but on this whole conversation of Marvel movies and possible, with this multiverse and tie-ins and who's going to appear in what movie, what have y'all thought about the theories of Professor Xavier and the Doctor Strange one? Have y'all heard those?
Yes.
I've seen little snippets
After
of that.
the trailer, a lot of people thought that was I'm blanking on the actor's name that played Xavier.
James McAvoy
Stewart?
or Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart, but a lot of people thought that was his voice and that's him, and people theorized a lot of stuff during like WandaVision and all this, right? But people are theorizing this is gonna open the door to the mutants, which we originally thought was gonna be in WandaVision, but
Oh man, that was a bummer they weren't. Oh god, that
We don't
was
talk about that.
okay. So Star Wars, Game of Thrones, mutants not being in WandaVision. We have a running list going on, so we're up to 3 right now. Oh man, ooh, that is really interesting. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I heard a theory. Well, I guess if it is X-Men, that would make sense because Marvel is making an X-Men movie sometime in the next 5 years or so. So I think this would be a good introduction to them again, because
Open the door.
because they're we're splitting timelines here. Another theory I heard on the Multiverse of Madness trailer is when Wanda is blocking that one person that's shooting at her, they're saying that could potentially be Iron Man as well.
I hadn't heard that one. I heard some people think that there's two Wandas, like she's gotten some split personality disorder thing going on.
I think
The bad Scarlet Witch coming out.
I think
Something like
yeah, that
Witch.
too. I never read it, but I feel like this is going to lead WandaVision to the House of M. Like, I never finished the comic itself. I started it, but I feel like this is because in House of M, Wanda is she gone crazy or just broken down from the loss of her family or something like that, right?
A little both.
So I feel like this is setting up that for the next, if there's going to be a Wanda film, or this is going to be an eventuality to where the movie is the Avengers versus Wanda, because that's what they did in the House of M too, right? Because aren't the X-Men, or isn't Dr. Xavier part of the House of M at the very beginning with like Wolverine, Iron Man, and stuff like that?
Yeah, and then she creates this whole reality to where nobody remembers their past, and Cyclops is married to Emma Frost, and there's just all of these. There's everybody, all the superheroes. Wanda just creates this whole new reality, and they don't remember who they are, and it was Wolverine, right? Who starts kind of bringing everybody back, and there was this whole underground resistance. And he starts getting everybody to remember their real identity, and and they all kind of come back, and they can't find Xavier because Xavier is the one that's still missing, and
like,
they want to go after Wanda. And that's when, wouldn't it be crazy, because at the end of like that whole thing, Wanda's like, no more mutants, and then like she just wipes the mutant gene from the complete world. Wouldn't it be funny if they did a reversal of that, and like she's the one that brings the mutant gene into the MCU? Kind of, because in WandaVision, with her whole thing, it showed that they were kind of changing those people on a molecular level. So if they did the flip of that, and she ends up introducing some type of mutated gene into certain people within the MCU, right?
Oh, dude, these are some weird.
That'd be crazy.
Like, I feel like that is where they're taking Wanda in multiverse, because there's that one line that she delivers to Doctor Strange, is like, that's not fair, or something along that.
Doesn't seem fair, does it?
Yeah, I think that is where they're going with Wanda. I think she's going to be the next huge huge villain in a later movie somewhere. I feel it.
Jared, that was epic, man. Like, my thought was gonna be like, oh, what if like she ends up in like a psych ward, and then like she gets like a hand coming from inside the screen, time to come home, and like it's Magneto like coming up from like a different split universe. Because for those who don't know, Magneto is, in the comics at least, the father of Quicksilver and Wanda. So yeah, that was gonna be my guess, but yours is way better.
I just kind of pulled that one, like, as we were talking, that thought started formulating, and I know that's kind of out there, but that would just be
interesting.
Jason started saying House of M, and I'm thinking about how she just is like, no more mutants, and I'm like, what if they did a reversal on that? I was like, that would be crazy.
Because I know they did say that WandaVision did tie into the next Doctor Strange movie too in some way. So, I mean, granted, we saw Doctor Strange talking with Wanda in the trailer for Multiverse of Madness while she was isolated, but I don't know if that is necessarily what they mean by it was connected in that way. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm excited for both. I think Sam Raimi...
We'll know soon on at least the Doctor Strange one, because that's just a couple weeks away.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Isn't it early May?
Is it
I think it's like early May, yeah.
Oh, dang.
Eee.
I mean, I
This
might
is
have to.
exciting.
Yeah, that's really cool. I'm super happy to have Marvel movies in theaters again. Don't get me wrong, I like watching movies at home because we're still in a pandemic, but I missed that movie theater experience as well.
Nothing beats the big screen, man.
The first movie we saw, or that I saw, back in the theater was when Black Widow came out in movies. I went to our local draft house, and at that time they changed it since, but they had they said welcome back, and then the whole bunch of stills of just audience members, having a good time, seeing like actors talking with people and stuff like that. And it I didn't tear up, but I was like, oh, dude, this is kind of getting to me more than I thought it would.
I teared up. I'm not going to lie.
I didn't tear up. I felt like a lump in my throat right here. I was like, oh. Too bad the movie itself wasn't that great, but it was a good experience to be back. But
it introduced Florence. I don't remember her character's name.
Pew pew.
Florence Pugh.
I should know this too. But it brings her into the universe.
Wasn't she?
We've seen her come up twice again since then. If you've been watching the other Marvel shows, that
I almost spoiled something, but I didn't.
That opens some doors.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to both of them. I think I'm looking forward to Thor more than Doctor Strange, but Sam Raimi's doing Doctor Strange, and that's wild. I can't believe he's doing another comic book movie after the Spider-Man. So I'm excited to see what he does with this, and being a really more of a horror director, I bet we're going to get some random things or weird things in this movie.
Another Maguire cameo, perhaps? Probably not. We'll see.
That would be funny.
As cool as that would be.
I mean, it's a multiverse, so who knows?
I'm just thinking of it's just, man, so much.
A lot to speculate on. But I really like... I'm going down and saying it right now that I do think this is leading Wanda towards a House of M type arc. And I think the mutants are going to have something to do with it, and I think that is Patrick Stewart in the trailer as well.
Reread the story, the comic line.
I do too. Or I'm going to have to... I don't have Comixology anymore, so I'm going to have to buy it, I guess. But it's not that bad. John...
I'm gonna be so stumped if you're right on this. I know we predict so much, and
we're always wrong.
Yeah, it's a bunch of BS from us, but we won't know yet.
We've predicted the entrance of mutants, House of M 180 type scene, and then second post credits Loki. So those things happened. It was right here.
It was right here first. No one else ever before us said anything like that.
I haven't seen or heard anything about that, so
that's us just spitballing, theories, right? But as soon as I saw that trailer,
we don't have a script. We don't have a set topic. We just
nonsense.
Get to be
we'll do it at JCub.
I was in the zone. I was having a flow.
This is the flow state episode. This is what this. Yeah. That is the title of this episode.
Literally in a flow state.
This is the flow state episode.
It wasn't planned, but it happened.
This worked out so well.
Oh my goodness!
Couldn't have predicted it better.
No.
Oh man, loving it.
I don't think we can. I don't think we could top that.
Oh, we could. I'm sure we could. We'll just give it some time.
No.
But no, yeah. Let's just see if we're right.
Yeah. We'll all see the movie, of course, not together though. That would be pretty cool.
I don't know, John. I need someone to go see it with. Let me know. But don't do one of this hey, I'm seeing Batman in 30 minutes types things. That doesn't work for me. I'm married.
I got the okay, and I was like, okay, I'm going. Jared, are you in or are you out?
Hey, I have done that too, and I've done that with John. I don't think I've done that with you, Jared. But once it was, speaking of movies, just doing it at the last minute. Remember, this also came up. This came up because you're just talking about that. it was one time after our birthday, you know, after we had gone to the Salt Liquor, maybe 3 years ago. John had seen, I was talking to John about the movie The Raid Redemption, the first one. And I was telling him, dude, the second one is about to come out. I think it actually came out. Do you want to go see it? I was like, maybe. I don't really know. So we have lunch, you know, we all get to hang out, see each other, eat barbecue. Grand old time. I ended up buying a movie ticket for myself to go see The Raid Redemption or Raid Part 2. And Jared, if you've not seen these movies, these are some of the best action movies that I have ever seen. I took the first one to go see it with my dad back in San Antonio at the Palladium. And
You took your dad to see that?
yeah, I took my dad to go see that because my dad likes our martial arts movies.
Wicked. Yeah.
So blew my mind. Move up to Austin, barbecue, Salt Lake. Afterwards, I'm going to go see The Raid Redemption. I was talking to John about it. Oh, John, texting, you want to go see The Raid Part 2? I know you haven't seen the first one, but I can buy us tickets. It's like, yeah. Did your brother come too? Or was it just you?
Yeah, he did.
It's like, okay, can my brother come? Yeah, let me go buy the tickets right now. You have 30 minutes to get to the draft house.
And
this
we
is when,
made it.
This is when y'all lived, I guess, 35 area, right?
It wasn't close.
Yeah, it was closer to me. Like, it was a 10-minute drive for me. I was like, okay, be here in 30 minutes. I got your tickets ready to go. And we made it work. But, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Now I want to watch those movies. But, yeah.
I will say, the like hand-to-hand combat in those movies.
Oh, so good.
I haven't seen anything top it. Nothing at all. Like it's amazing what they can do, and then the impact they put on the visual effects for it too. It's incredible.
If we ever get a Daredevil movie, I hope they get Gareth Evans to direct it. He did the Raid movies. Oh, that would be so good.
You heard it here first on JCub3d.
Yeah, no, we should. I would love to be able to go see one of those two movies together as a group, or be able to do one of these in person, like after we see one of those movies. I think that'd be awesome. Really cool as well.
It shall be so. I don't know when.
Yeah.
I don't know how. Well, I know how, but I don't know when, but we will make it happen.
I need to do a better job, and I mean, this one's on me because I know you guys are seeing everything, but I think it would be fun to, you know, be seeing these movies opening weekend and be dropping the podcast like that week and like, hey, spoilers, everybody, this movie came out a day ago, don't watch this. But like getting in on that while it's hot. By the way, I just looked it up. Doctor Strange is coming out May 4th. That date has no significance to any other universes because we don't talk about it, but May the 4th is Doctor Strange. Not May the 4th be with you, because that's not a saying. That's not a saying.
No, we don't talk about Star Wars.
You said it. I didn't say it. But May 4th is Doctor Strange. And
really?
July 6th is
so
Love
in
and
2
Thunder.
weeks.
2 weeks.
I took off the 5th.
Why did you take off Cinco de
Yeah,
Mayo?
why would you take off Cinco de Mayo?
Not like
That's such
it's
a
your
weird
birthday
day.
or
It
something.
just seemed like the
That's
right time.
random.
What a weird time to take off for. I mean,
Is May 5th not a... Is what day of the week is that? Is that not a Saturday?
It's a Thursday of all days.
So then Doctor Strange comes out on a Wednesday?
Wednesday night.
Come
Really?
on.
no, really?
Does it really come out on the 4th?
I mean, that's
Is May 4th
that's
really?
what
Because
that's
usually,
what this says right there. May 4th, 2022.
yeah, May 4th. May 4th is a Wednesday. That is super. There's no way, because usually premieres come out, or openings are Friday nights or Thursday nights. But
Yeah.
I mean, we might need to fact check that.
So are you gonna go see it on your birthday, John?
Maybe it's May 6th. Then,
I think it
'cause,
might be May
4th
6th.
Doesn't sound right? It just does. That just doesn't make sense to me. And May 5th has no significance to
Yeah,
anything.
there's nothing going on May 5th.
Nothing important happens on May 5th. So May 6th. May 6th, we'll have we'll have a belated Cinco de Mayo watch party because that's the only thing of significance on May 5th.
It's okay. My birthday was on Tuesday this year. Such a weird day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like last Tuesday.
It's how they rotate.
Yeah, what the heck? Why can't it be on the same day every single year? Same day as in same weekday or same weekend day, not same day because your birthday is always on the same day.
Oh, mine's on a Tuesday too. Ew.
Yeah, welcome to the Tuesday Club.
Woot woot.
Nice.
No, actually, for us winging another episode, I think this one did way better. We killed it.
We killed this.
We killed the last 2 weeks. And
the only thing about we go off script. It's John talks about flow state, and you look at your clock, and it's like
already
it's been 3 hours. Not really, but
no.
I was like, what?
For everyone, we try and start these around 7:30 or 7:15ish. Usually, it's already 8:30. So
Central time for all of our worldwide viewers.
True time, yes.
Everybody
behind the scenes.
Everybody all around the world, and our number one fan watching in Cali right now.
Wes, I miss you, buddy. We'll get you.
The all powerful Wiz.
but yeah, no.
Wes, if you're watching this, make sure you see Doctor Strange opening weekend.
I've got the day off the next day. Oh wait, no, never mind.
Oh wait, was that a hint towards Wes or was that a hint for us?
I mean, I think it's a hint towards everybody. Maybe we have our first guest for Joe Wesley.
Joe Wesley. Joe Wesley might make an appearance on the next podcast. We shall see.
Wesley.
But yeah, no. Yeah.
That was fun.
That was good. That was a good wing. Again, I'm going to title this the Flow State episode. So
not a bad flow, guys.
We were in it. We were definitely flowing for sure.
Welcome to the flow.
All right.
Right on. Well, guys, if you stay tuned till the end, we thank you. We love
As
you guys.
Always.
Can't wait to do it again. Have another good zone flow out. I'm John.
That sounded weird. I'm Jason.
I'm Jared.
And I will get better at my wording. Thank you.
All right.
And see you next time.
Appreciate y'all, everyone. Enjoy. Let us know what you want us to talk about next time. And
yeah, drop recommendations, please.
We'll see you on the next one.
Bye, guys.
Bye.